guys, so today I'm going to be doing a video for you that is including this Backstage blender from Dior. This is new. I believe it just came out not too long ago and I got mine off of Nordstrom. But I'm going to be doing a first impression on this and then a review on the Loreal NUME cushion because I have used this a few times and I wanted to give you my review and let you guys know what I think about this product. So hopefully you can hear my dryer. You probably can't. Hold on. I haven't looked up any reviews on this, but I want to see how much the beauty blender is, like the regular beauty blender, the pink one. Okay, it's 20 bucks. So this is the exact same price as the beauty blender. It's $20, and I haven't seen any reviews on this or anything. I literally was tagged in a picture with it on Instagram and I just wanted to check it out and see what it was all about. So it says it's a professional finished fluid foundation sponge. So it comes in a little thing like this. It looks like a little egg. And then it has some instructions. So this is what the blender looks like. It has a flat side right here and then it's more round. But it feels pretty dense right now. It feels like a nice little sponge. But I love the fact that it has that in. So you could do like under eye concealer and then do this. It's kind of like the Real Techniques sponge shape-wise. Since we've already talked about it, I'm going to go ahead and wet this and get it nice and damp and squeeze all the water out and come back and show you guys this and how this works. So I'm pumped. You know what I just thought of? I probably should see if you're even supposed to wet the blender because some people don't like to do that. So application tips, it's not saying anything about dampening the sponge or putting it under water. It just says deposit the foundation on the back of hand. I'm not going to do that because it's in this thing, so I'm just going to keep it in that. But then it says take the polishing side, which is the flat side, and smooth onto skin and use horizontal strokes to draw the foundation from the center of the face outwards. Okay, and then it says use the rounded or gripping part of the sponge and tap lightly to adjust coverage and obtain flawless correction. Then with the precision tip of the sponge apply to hard to reach areas, blah blah blah. I'm going to take this L'Oreal NUME cushion. The shade I've been using is N35. It's a little light for me whenever I am nice and self-tanned, but my self-tan's kind of faded, so it should be good to go. And real quick, my hair is not green. It is the lighting. Oh, is the sun out? Can I use this now? I kind of can. Alright, we're going to open these bad boys up. Yeah! I've been waiting to do that. It does come with this little sponge. I don't like this sponge, just to be honest with you. I think it's more difficult to apply it that way. I like to use a sponge, like a beauty blender. But I like to apply it with a beauty blender and not this because it's just too stiff and just difficult to work with. But then you have this little section right here. You open up and there's like a little sponge with the foundation and then there's a mirror. So I'm going to take this in like it says and dip it into the foundation and then do horizontal strokes. This foundation is a light coverage foundation, but I find that when you use a beauty blender or something, it just looks a lot better. I feel like with this beauty blender from Dior, it's a little lighter coverage too because you're like just swiping it on your face and you're using more product. But this foundation is also buildable. So you can see some of our redness peeking through. It's my rosacea. If you're new to my channel, I do have rosacea. This sponge is a little more dense than, or it's a lot more dense than the beauty blender. But I do feel like the original beauty blender provides more coverage. Foundation looks good though. I really like this foundation. I'm going to do like a full review after I apply all this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this end and dip it into the foundation. This is a white beauty blender or sponge, so it does get a little, or it looks really messy. But I just want to tap it and see how that works. So you can see I covered a little bit more instead of just swiping it. I think I would even like this for full coverage foundations that I want to sheer out and not have such an intense coverage, you know. So this side of the face is more dabbing and this side is not. You can see there's a little bit more redness here than there is over here. I have used quite a bit of this foundation. I'm trying this thing out. It just kind of, it's like soaking up a lot of the product in my opinion. This Dior Backstage blender I feel like takes a lot more time than the regular beauty blender in my opinion. Just because it's not so, you know, fluffy and bouncy, and I did wet this, and it says it doesn't say to wet it. It doesn't feel any different wet than it does dry. Like, it doesn't feel any different between the two. This foundation is beautiful. You can see it does give a luminous glow. Now, I am very oily, so of course when I got this foundation, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like that, but I really like it for errands and things like that. If I'm going out and I want a full coverage finish, I won't use this, but any other day of the week, if I don't want to use my high-end foundation, if I'm literally going out the door just to like run some errands, I will use this. And I don't think I'll be able to use this in the summertime because that's when I get super oily. But right now, since it's more the colder months, I do really like it. I love the packaging. When you close it, don't just like tap it like that. Make sure you close it all the way around and that it's sealed so nothing leaks out, nothing dries out, anything like that. And I do like this concept of foundation where it's in a sponge and you kind of pull it out because you can use it with a brush or whatever. Now, I have used this foundation with a brush and it was a lot more sheer. So again, my favorite way to apply it is with a sponge. That's just for me. This is also 0.51 ounces, which is not even a full ounce of foundation, not even close. So that kind of sucks because this is pricey. I'll put the price right up here. But I really do like the coverage, and I do like it for a day-to-day foundation. I do have to touch up with it. I do get a little bit shiny here and here, but it just looks so good on the face that I'm okay with that, and it lasted all day on me. I had actually applied this the other day at 11 o'clock in the morning, and it lasted all the way to midnight because, you know, girl didn't go to bed at 10 o'clock. But it lasted till midnight and it still looked really flawless and really beautiful on the skin. It just looks like skin and it's not too luminous. You can set it with a powder if you're oily. If you're dry, I would leave it as it is because I think it looks great. But for me, I have to set it with a powder or else it's just gonna move. Like right now, the way my skin looks, I like it. It doesn't look oily or greasy. It just looks like a dewy glow. But on your skin, it doesn't feel like that. It just feels really nice. It kind of does feel tacky right now because I haven't set it or anything. But once I set it, it just feels like a velvety, smooth foundation. And I was really surprised at the longevity of this. I think it's a really good product. And normally when things say luminous, I'm not a big fan, but this is good. I really do like it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply concealer. And this is just the concealer that I have been using. Well, actually, no, I'm going to use this one. So I used this concealer the other day and I really liked it. It's the Maybelline Master Conceal. And this stuff is nice. I really do like it. The color I am in is 30 light medium. Also, I did have some breakouts the other day and the foundation really didn't cover it that well. So if you have a lot to cover, you might not like this. You would have to add some extra concealer. Okay, so that is foundation concealer on using the Dior Backstage blender, and then also using the foundation, the Loreal NUME cushion. And I like the way my skin looks. I am going to set it just because, like I said, I have really oily skin, and if I don't, it's going to go everywhere. So I'm going to set everything and finish off my face, and then I'll be right back to give you guys a final review on these products. Okay, so final reviews on these two. I'm going to start with the Dior Backstage blender. Now, this was $20, so it's the same exact price as the regular beauty blenders, and to be honest, I thought it was kind of going to be the same exact thing. It was going to be bouncy, it was going to be easy to work with, and it was definitely a lot more dense. It was completely different than what I thought it was going to be. It ended up blending everything really nicely, but I liked it better when I packed the foundation in than wiping the foundation on my face. Now, I'm going to have to try it with like a more full coverage foundation to see if I like it, you know, dragging it along the face. But usually I don't like that kind of method. I mean, some people do, but it's usually not my favorite just because I do have a little bit to cover up. But all in all, I did like this. But if you're a big fan of the Beauty Blender and how it's just bouncy and easy to work with on the skin, you might not like this. But if you like your Beauty Blender dry, you would probably like this product as well. So if you like that more dense, dry feeling with your Beauty Blender, I would check this one out. If you don't, then you might not like this. It might not be your favorite. Okay, now for this foundation. This again is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion. And I do like it. Like I said, I like it better with a Beauty Blender instead of a brush or the sponge that it comes with. I just feel like it blends it a lot better. I have used this a couple times and I've really liked it every time. But I probably won't be able to use it in the summertime because it'll be so hot and I'll be sweating and it probably just won't stay on my face as long. And one other thing is I used a different kabuki brush today. I used my MAC one that Rose tore up. I'm probably gonna have to throw it away because it's just shedding so bad. But I washed it and now it's just like shedding like crazy. But I used that to apply some bronzer and I realized it started like rubbing the foundation away. I don't know if it's because of the bristles or that it's a little more dense, but it just kind of rubbed the foundation off, so I had to go in and pat a little more on my cheeks because my rosacea was, you know, coming through. So just be careful about that. I don't know if it's because I have oily skin or what, but I did set it before I applied bronzer and it just like moved so bad around my cheek area. And I do like to set it with this Maybelline Master Fix. This is the Setting and Perfecting Loose Powder. I set my whole face with this when I use this foundation. And even if I don't want to apply like bronzer or blush and stuff like that, I would still use this because it just looks so great on the skin and I feel like it's just a beautiful foundation. And I feel like if you are normal to dry, you would really like this as well. And if you're oily, don't stray away from it. Definitely try it out. I think it's worth it. I didn't even apply a primer. I forgot to do that, but I've used it with the CoverGirl, the new CoverGirl primer for oily skin. I liked it. I also used it with my high-end primers and I liked it as well. And I have no primer on, so hopefully I like it as well. But it did apply really nicely without primers, if you are wondering. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. If you do like it, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you've tried this foundation, if you like it, what's your skin type. I want to know like your tricks and anything like that. And if you've tried this, let me know as well, and just tell me how you like these things because everybody has different opinions, so it's great to hear from different people. And yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye guys.